I'm out here getting this money. Niggas can't take none from me. Motherfuckers is looking real funny. I'm getting money, ho. I'm getting money, ho. I'm out here getting this money. Niggas can't take none from me. Motherfuckers is looking real funny. I'm getting money, ho. I'm getting money, ho. Bring it back when you getting that cash. Getting money all fast. I need a whole pass. My lane is too fast. Most of y'all won't last. 30 not for the class. Do I need the ass? 30 on the 6, 5 on the wrist, 10 on the chain. Bottles off the list. Fuck y'all niggas. Y'all fuck niggas. Trying to fuck niggas. Train to go diggers. Most of y'all niggas can fuck with my niggas. Broken down quicker. Sweep the count with her. That's what I differ. I'm high off that lipper. I call it the 4-5. Give it towards nipper. Squirming your brains. Show you a new dimension, pro with the prohibition, give you that Pope fiction, body, no kitchen, no sick, still witching, balling, no pitching, I switch my position, I'm getting money. I'm out here getting this money, niggas can't take none from me, motherfuckers is looking real funny. I'm getting money, ho, I'm getting money, ho. I'm out here getting this money, niggas can't take none from me, motherfuckers is looking real funny. I'm getting money, ho, I'm getting money, ho.
Yeah, I'm getting this money. Break a motherfucker down just for my money. I don't give a fuck if you owe me money. I'ma pull a jack move and take my money. Fresh, pull it out the oven. Bake the perfection, that wax I'm loving. Yo, champagne blowing, these ladies they loving. How I'm burning big butts everywhere by the dozen. Oh, try to keep up, you go in the pass out. I'm blowing racks now, bitches want a hand out. You ain't gotta ask. You know what I'm about. Know it, that bag's a loud strain, probably Girl Scout. Gold bottles and the H to avoid the haters. Rocking Gucci shades, feet straight gators. Blowing weed out the window just for the neighbors. I'm a nice guy till I go and see a faker.
I'm out here getting this money. Niggas can't take none from me. Motherfuckers is looking real funny. I'm getting money, ho. I'm getting money, ho. I'm out here getting this money. Niggas can't take none from me. Motherfuckers is looking real funny. I'm getting money, ho. I'm getting money, ho. I'm out here getting this money. Niggas can't take none from me. Motherfuckers is looking real funny. I'm getting money, ho. I'm getting money, ho. I'm out here getting this money. Niggas can't take none from me. Motherfuckers is looking real funny. I'm getting money, ho. I'm getting money, ho.
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
In a world full of mundane podcasts, one show rises from the ashes. Critics are calling it outrageous. Podcasts, as we know it, will never be the same again.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. Welcome to the show.
Tonight, prepare for an epic journey where every step could be your last. The destination, a place where no maps can show. The mission, to rise above the rest. The danger, unimaginable. The reward, a shit ton of weed and laughs. It's going to blow your mind. This is 2 P Bloods. So sit back, turn up the volume, grab your weed, get ready to light those blunts.
That's right. You are tuned in to the highest podcast around each and every Thursday live, 7 p.m. Eastern time. It is To Be Blunt, brought to you by To Be Blunt Productions, brought to you by PodConX, and of course the PartyCast network, where the fun starts here. Tonight we are powered by HemperCo, and we have a huge lineup for tonight. You guys already know the blunts are stuffed. I got not one, but two King Palms loaded. So tonight, that means we're going to be double the high, double the crazy, double the fucking funny. It's going to be fucking sick. And of course, joining me, my co-hosts, Kristen and Lou. Tonight, later on, we have a very special guest by the name of Sean P. Teehan. He is the author of the big story that dropped today regarding undisclosed potential conflicts of interest for two very high-profile managers of a $200 million, that's right, $1 million New York cannabis fund. So don't go anywhere. That's coming up later. He's going to be here live to talk about that tonight. And of course, the crew's here. We gotta settle some shit. Last week we were talking about Pacific Buffet. Tonight we're going to crown the king of the buffets here live on the show, amongst other kinds of crazy shit. You guys don't want to go anywhere. If you are on Instagram right now, turn that shit the fuck off. Go to our YouTube channel at To Be Blunt Podcast. That's the number 2, BEBLUNT Podcast at YouTube or Twitch, and you can watch the full show in all its glory live. So go do that right now if you're not already. The chat's already popping. I see Rapid Dave in there, Donna Taylor, Valley Chronic, James Smith, the motherfucking Who Dat Bud, CD, CT Boom Spotter, and more. Y'all already know it's the highest show around. To Be Blunt. What's up, homies?
What up?
Yeah. We are live. As you can see, my co-hosts have upgraded their setups over here. Real fancy. Again, if you're on Instagram, you ain't seeing this shit. But for those of you on YouTube and Twitch, y'all got
Behold.
some new mics and shit. Sounding real official over here.
And looking good.
Yeah. Hard to argue with the advice, man. I think it worked out pretty well. So, good looks. Good
Lou, you're
looks.
ready to do the news with that voice, bro.
That's right, Peezy.
Dude, if you could just do that like the entire fucking show, I would be all about that shit.
Come on, like a newscaster. You got this.
Dude, exactly. You got the voice,
For To
bro.
Be Blunt News, I'm Lou Rinaldi reporting.
We got to
State
pull
of
up
the
that
Union
clip
is
for when you were
coming up.
actually on the news. That's what we got to do. Valley Chronic says Lou is the man. Bro, you got fans, bro.
Wow.
You got fans.
The
Thank
fan
you.
club.
James Smith, big money Peezy. Valley Chronic, who, by the way, if you guys are watching just last week, won the Bachelor dating game that we had played, Bachelorette, I should say, dating game, that we played last week with Mallory, right? That was last week, I think? Last week, right?
It sure was.
Yeah, it was last week. I have no fucking clue what's going on.
It's been a long week.
So I'm still waiting for the update. I want to know what the fuck's going on. Maybe we can have him call in a little bit. I got to find out what's going on with this guy and this date, right? I got to find out what the first date is happening, when it's happening, if they've talked or anything, So
We need the intel.
I want to know what's going on. That's all I'm saying. I feel like I have a right to know.
We need a sit rep. We need a sit
along
rep.
with the audience. We all want to know.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Exactly.
Wow. Donna Taylor has given me a new nickname that I wasn't expecting. But sure.
What's that?
Do tell. I missed
If
something.
you look in the chat, you will see.
What in the Time the fuck out. I gotta turn the music down for a second. What the fuck is this porno Lou?
Because of the voice.
The voice. I'm sorry, but is there like a narrator in porn that I'm not aware of? Because the porn I watch does not have narrators in the fucking shows. I don't know what Donna, what fucking what website are you
I'm not
using
going down this rabbit hole for you, girl. Please comment.
I just want to know where she got the idea of porno Lou. Like, Lou, do you have a past that you want to maybe discuss?
Listen, we don't shame sex work here, and we don't kink shame either. So
these are all facts.
I'm actually not even sure what king shame means, to be honest with you. What the fuck is that? I don't know, man. But she's invested. She is invested in porno Lou. Again, I can just imagine, like, you know what? Hold on a second. I just got this amazing idea. Hold on, Lou. I'm gonna hook you up real quick, and I want to see if we can actually get like a live, example of what porno with narration would be like.
Oh, for fuck's sake, this is going down.
We're taking a hard turn into uncharted waters here.
Just listen. I'm gonna find some like 80s porn music. It'll be great.
Okay. All right. I'm picking it up. Angela stared at the wall blankly, her face bereft of all emotion.
Porn music from the 80s? This is what 80s porn was like?
I don't know, man. What would a narrator say? What would a narrator say?
We got like a little Michael Bowen. Who plays the saxophone? We got Michael Bowen.
What has happened?
Who does the saxophone?
Hey, notice there's a dead possum in the pool. Maybe you want to help me get it out of there.
Somebody order a pizza? Okay. I'm still gonna laugh about porno Lou forever now.
Yeah, that's gonna be the new Instagram name.
Oh, we haven't even started smoking yet, and this shit's taking a turn for the worst. Bow chicka wow wow. Oh, I got a king palm loaded. It is time for my favorite part of the show and yours, the ceremonial lighting of the blood. King palm loaded with some banana bread, which is purple kush crossed with Vietnamese black. And we about to spark this bitch up, so grab your weed, grab your concentrates, your edibles, however you choose to get high, get ready to smoke it if you got it. Woo! 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 That's it. That's what I'm looking for. Yo. Tony Martino says, Kristen, you def gotta renegotiate your contract after this. Oh,
yeah, no more getting paid in Jersey Mike subs.
There's been like an unusual obsession with Jersey Mike's. Make sure you guys put in the chat what you're smoking. I'm trying to find out what everyone's blowing on right now, and I see cookie pie. D Nice.
D Nice, yo, shout out to D Nice.
But what the fuck? What the fuck is that?
What is what?
Cookie pie, Dean. What is D Nice? Cookie pie cross with D Nice.
D Nice is someone who has a history in Connecticut cannabis. Is part of the. Let's just. I don't want to say anything that I'm not supposed to say, but let's just say he is.
It's a real person.
Yes.
Yes.
It is
It's
human.
not like a strain. It's like she's crossing Cookie Pie with D Nice or something, because that's where my brain.
No. D Nice is a person. Cookie Pie is the strain.
Tony smoking that Italian Ice homegrown. I see Primal Punch in the chat. I like that. Valley Chronic, could you do me a favor while you're sitting there, active in the chat? Could you call in 860-384-7110, please? 860-384-7110. I need an update. I gotta know what's going on, dude. We had the big game show last week. She picked a bachelor, and now I haven't heard shit since then. So I need the update. So I hope this guy calls in. Watermelon granita and strawberry colada. Wow. That sounds really good too. Where are they getting these crazy ass strains? Yeah, that sounds banging. Watermelon granita. Strawberry.
I don't hear the phone ringing. I don't hear the phone ringing yet.
I hear the phone ringing either. Where the fuck is Valley Chronic?
860-384-7110.
We know you're there.
The number is literally on the screen here. I probably
No pressure or anything.
Hey, Valley Chronic.
There it is. although some folks have had some challenges in the past with getting onto the show.
What do you mean?
A backstage thing, not a call-in thing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Call in from backstage. That's legendary.
Even Donna says call Valley. See, what is he doing? What is he doing? Right, stalling. The pressure is on. We're waiting for. He said I'm busy. 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 Mallory.
Too busy to call, but not busy.
Mallory, your
not
boy
too busy to watch the show.
That's right. He can watch the show, but he's too busy to call in. Mallory, if you're watching, can you give us a call? Because I'm just going to go watch the source then.
Now, what's going on here? What's happening? Oh, look at Kyla. Kyla's aggroing. No, dude, call in.
Tyler said he puss out. Tyler said he puss out.
All right, at this point, this is straight pressure.
The ladies are taking him to task. The ladies are taking him to task. I love it.
He said he's calling in. Well, we're waiting.
Yes.
To be blunt, tell me this is.
What up?
Needed a second. It's valid.
Hey,
bro. I gotta know what happened since last week, bro. You won the game show. I haven't.
Yeah, that was awesome. I really appreciate you guys having me. That was great.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, me and Mallory been talking. She works on the weekends, so it's a little busy. I work on the weekdays. So, but we're gonna figure out a time that we're both free, and we're gonna do something.
Oh, so you guys have talked already?
Yep.
Oh, what do you guys think about this?
I think it's great. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah. So when is the first day gonna happen? What's the hold up here?
Just waiting till she's free, I guess. I'm free on the weekend. She works, so we're just waiting for it to free up, I guess.
Waiting for the stars to align.
Waiting for a star.
She got kids and stuff. I get it.
Right. I mean, of course, that makes sense. But I mean, still.
I think you should have your first date the night before Thanksgiving at your hometown bar, where it's going to be as noisy and I'm kidding. Don't do that.
I was like, no.
That is literally the worst idea when it comes to fucking
Kristen broke character, and that's when I had to abandon the troll.
That's exactly like when I've been at my worst was the night before Thanksgiving. Like, you don't want to be anywhere near me on a night like that. Well,
I was a bartender in my hometown. Like, no one.
That's why I said it. And I was thinking of that exact place.
Wait a second. Wait. What are we talking about here?
You're like, wait. What is?
Well, it doesn't exist anymore, so I think we're allowed to talk about
All right,
it, right?
Yeah, why not? I worked at RP Downey's for, God, I don't know, a couple years, and before that, the Victorian House. I was not a bartender at the Vic House though, but yeah, RP Downey's was like the hometown bar in Cheshire. I only got a few shifts bartending. I was mostly a waitress. I was the cocktail waitress in the bar, which was so much better.
So what
The
you're saying
bar-
is
Yeah, go ahead, Lou.
you were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar.
I just got a theme song.
Yeah. So our man just straight hung up like, bye.
No, that was me. I'm sorry. I thought he was done.
Thank you for calling in. We really
Thanks for
appreciate
calling,
the
Zach.
update.
Appreciate
The
it.
He was
abrupt departure.
busy. I didn't want to keep him longer than.
Thanks for making time for us, homie.
I mean, it was
Much
just a succinct
appreciated.
answer. They're working on it. They're
Exactly.
scheduling.
Yeah, this is all excellent. Now, James Smith says we should bring back Bachelor number 3.
Which one was Bachelor number 3? Was he the
How you doing? How
Yeah,
you
that-
doing?
That was yeah. Fugazi. I just poured out random Italian words. I don't even know what the fuck half of it means.
Thank you.
Where's Mallory when we need her?
Full blown Italian too. Like my father and my mother, my grandparents would all be so ashamed. But like I'm literally I just have like this profanity, this swears. That's all I know in Italian, bro. That's all I was ever
That's all
taught.
I retained.
You know,
I mean, those are the words I heard most often as a kid. So
exactly. When you grow up in a straight Italian household, I mean, that's literally all you get.
yeah.
You know, it's literally it. You just get the
And
mean
Sunday
girl
dinners,
fucking
forget
day.
about it. You know, that's all you're gonna.
Sunday dinners. Dude,
I mean, I'm Irish and British. I don't have much to add to this. But
what? I'm sure
Yeah.
on the Irish side you must have, you know, hardcore parties.
I don't know. Okay, you're going to love this. My mom told me my whole life that I was German and Russian. Senior year of high school, I even wrote a thing on like my ethnicity or whatever, my background. I was German and Russian. Last year, my kid took 23andMe. I surely am not. So she was either switched in the hospital or I am none of those things.
Wait.
So you got to take the test.
Correct.
Yeah.
But
Handle that.
Dude, right? I'll sponsor this. I want to. This is incredible news.
what are you?
Well, your mother told you one thing her whole life, and then your kid takes the DNA test, and now magically
The test determined you are the mother.
Right. I was going to say, I was there when she was born. I have a fair degree of confidence she's mine.
I don't even know.
I was there when she was born.
Well, I hope so.
I was there the whole time.
I mean, of course you weren't there. I can't.
This
You
is
know.
getting
So anyway, I'm not Italian. Carry on.
Where were we going with all that? anyway?
Yo, Fugazi.
I made his shift really weird.
Hey, you talking to me?
Forget about it.
I'm walking here.
Forget about it. Here we go. Oh, forget about it.
I could do it.
Lou on it tonight. Donna Taylor. Dude, I think Donna's got a thing for you, bro.
Oh my goodness.
I want to. I'm just still going back to porno fucking Lou. That's all I'm trying to push this show forward. I'm having such a hard time because all that's happening in the back of my head is Donna like. Like a rabid Wolverine clawing at you.
Listen, man. Save those thoughts for those lonely nights at sea. They'll come in handy.
Who's going out to sea? Lost me on that one.
Old sea captain reference.
God, yo. I'm trying to smoke and I'm laughing and I'm just choking and I'm struggling
right there.
and I'm struggling.
Well,
Oh my God, yo. Listen, I want to touch on a couple things real quick. I gotta change the topic because
that is a lot. That is a topic.
it's the Dead Sea over here, brother. it, yo.
Like the Dead Sea Scrolls.
What? Lou, do you think you could possibly turn the Dead Sea into like the Nile?
Well, is that a loaded question? How did we get
Sir, I
here?
plead the fifth.
No, what's happening
How did
inside?
we get here?
We smoke weed, and this is what.
Oh, right.
This is all
Donna went off in the comments, and there was some weird 80s music. And
Let's tell Donna to come on camera every week with us.
Conjugal said Lou fell into his green screen.
Lou constantly fades into his green screen.
No, that's my Homer Simpson into the bushes move. You know, like when I
Because
got
there
to
is
just,
no
like
green.
nope out of the conversation. I'm just like,
Porno Lou's got this, yo.
hey,
Ganja Gal's just hopping on the
me,
joke. This is
Porno
gonna
Lou.
stick, you know.
This is just incredible.
This is just incredible.
Listen, we gotta switch topics here. We gotta
agreed.
let's just hold on a second here.
You're pulling up the notepad, aren't you?
No, I'm just laughing my ass off. We gotta take 2 seconds, y'all. We gotta take 2 seconds.
We're rolling the fattest bloods. It's to be blunt with Peezy.
I needed like a reset.
Good.
Rein this back in. Pull your shit together.
Oh my god. It's still the Debbie Does Dallas tune in her head.
Was that the music? Oh, Jesus.
God. To be blunt. Last week we were talking about the most epic of Asian buffets in Connecticut, Pacific Buffet. Which we're even trying to organize a whole group trip to this place. I got a sponsor by the way of Say Trees, who is willing to provide trees for the event. So
amazing.
Say Trees with 3 E's, by the way, if you're following them on Instagram, has said that they would definitely provide, a bunch of greenery for our trip. And what I want to do is I want to get a bunch of people together, and I want to fucking Jose. There he is. Jose's watching. He's right here. Exactly, Jose. If you want to call, we can talk about this a little more. 860-384-7110. I'd love for you to call in, and I know you have a connect there. Maybe we could talk some business there. So that's what I'm thinking. We're gonna do this big trip. We're gonna get all the podcast viewers and all our friends from fucking social media, Instagram and shit, and we'll all get together and we'll go to fucking Pacific Buffet. Yo. We're gonna get high as shit. We're off the Say Trees, and trust me, I know. I tried it. Shit's crazy. I tried the rainbow runts, and it fucking knocked me off my goddamn socks. Jose said he's trying to cook some curry.
I'm gonna need to know more about the curry. I'm gonna need some more details.
It might be infused if I know him. He always makes everything infused.
Oh, word.
So anyway, so we're trying to organize this whole trip, and we're talking about buffets, and I want to know what like the best buffet is, though. Like, not just Asian, right? This is now open to across the entire country for all I care. I want to know, or out of country, even if you're listening from somewhere else. I want to know what the best fucking buffet is. Like, dude, I mean, we got the obviously all the Asian buffets. We got the Imperial Buffet over here. We got the Pacific Buffet. And what's that? Golden Corral? Is that a real buffet? Is that a buffet?
No, that
Just
one's
avoid
not
it.
on the list.
Just avoid it.
What other buffets do we even have in Connecticut other than like those two? We used to have like a bunch of them, and then they all fizzled out. We had the Four Seasons, right? And then it was like,
Yeah, a lot of hotels had like the brunch buffets, but I don't think a lot of them do it anymore.
but why? Why is no one doing buffets?
Mohegan had one.
I would say right now, I'm going to
do.
go on record to say Mohegan Sun has the absolute best in Connecticut, I would say, when it comes to the buffet. Like, if you guys
That's a
been to the casino,
That's a bold statement.
What do you mean, bro? Have you been to the casino buffet?
Oh, I have, but I mean that's you're going straight to number one. No runners up, just straight to number one.
You know.
I mean, listen, there's another one I'm gonna bring up, okay? Listen. You guys know about the place in Rhode Island? You know the one in Rhode Island? The Nordic Lodge, yo?
Yeah.
You know about Nordic Lodge? Kristen, you know about Nordic Lodge?
I'm unfamiliar with Nordic Lodge.
Holy
no
shit.
Joke. No joke.
Nordic Lodge is like walking into an all-you-can-eat buffet of the freshest caught seafood, like in the area. A bunch of along with other things, but like literally that like their whole thing is like we have everything, lobster, crabs, everything. It's fucking a giant buffet.
You're gonna want to fast before you go there.
Well, I don't do that.
You're gonna want to have as empty a vessel as possible. You know,
there's two things
Where is this, Rhode Island?
There's two things I don't do, and that's fast and take tea breaks. Okay. You can put that right on my motherfucking list right now.
There's two deal breakers for this guy.
No, both of those are miserable.
Tea breaks.
Dodger Gal says, let's go to Nordic Lodge. I love this idea.
Yeah.
Tony says we keep RI food on the low over here. Tony's from Rhode Island.
We're blowing up his spot. That's what it is. He's like, shut up, you bastards.
I would say it's between those
All
two.
these Connecticut fucks are going to come in and go to
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's going to be my top of the line, though. I think that's going to be our best bet. I think if we're going to do this, it would have to be like I think Nordic Lodge and the casino are kind of tied for me. I'm up here. Nordic Lodge.
I've only been to the casinos.
Party smoke bus. Party smoke bus.
Oh boy.
What is this?
Like rent a party bus and just put all the windows down.
Tony's building a wall from Rhode Island to Connecticut. He says it's going to be huge. Right? So he's bringing the whole
building a wall.
And I'm going to get Connecticut to pay for it.
Do you think we can get like a reservation at Pacific Buffet?
I think for a group that size, if we had a good sense of, how many heads we were talking, I think they would do it. They need to know. They just want to rope off a section and let us in there like wild animals.
But will they rope off a section for us? That's the question. Like, will they definitely?
One way to find out.
We're not really a side room kind of group, are we?
No, we're not a side room kind of group. I want to be right up. Jose,
right up there in the action.
Just pull up on them hosts. I got a friend with a school bus in Nordic Lodge. I'm just still talking about Nordic.
We got to go to Pacific Buffet and then just talk to the manager and say, yes, good evening. We were told to pull up on you hose. Does that mean something to you?
Does that work?
I like that. We'll go with that. Should we call them now and just see what we can do?
Oh my God. No.
Call them live on the air.
I'm going to call Pacific Buffet right now and see if they'll take a party of like 50.
It's like Twitch
I think they're being pranked. Let's handle this.
I mean, how many people do you think will actually go to this thing? Maybe 30, 40? What do you think?
Oh, here's Mal. Mal is officially in the building with the comments. Do they fight for crab legs at Pacific Buffet like the ones in Brooklyn? Yes. The Alaskan King crab legs, those trays, people, I wasn't bullshitting. People will queue up and wait for the replacement tray. And then, they got to limit it to one plate per person because there's some folks would just literally take it all if they could. And I can't blame them.
I don't blame them either. That sounds amazing.
Nordic Lodge is a legend and a must go, according to Mal.
That's what they say. But we're going to start.
You're always welcome to call in and tell us these things.
Whoa. Jose says they don't even have crab legs anymore at Pacific.
Oh, boy. Yeah, they probably would have had to raise the ticket price by like another $10.
Are we still going to go to here without the crab legs? Because that was kind of like a selling point.
That's not a deal breaker.
Is that a
for
deal?
me. I mean, I do love them, but there's, like you said, there's plenty of other stuff.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to call them right now then.
I feel like that's not a deal breaker.
No. All right. So let's see what happens.
They have the imitation.
You need like a date.
Hi, yes. I was wondering, do you guys take reservations?
We only take reservations for big parties, like 10 or over.
So what if I told you I had about 40 people right now that I would want to bring down on a scheduled day for
Then yes, I would make a reservation for that.
all right, but that would be cool. Like we could have our own little separate section.
We
All
have
right.
a back room.
All right.
40 people.
Is your parking lot weed friendly? Because I'm probably going to need to get super stoned before I come in for this event.
I'm not sure. I think so.
Could you possibly find out for me? Because I have this is a very large group of people who probably would, probably clear the place out, honestly. And I want to kind of schedule this and organize it now if possible. Would it be possible to find out? Because I don't want to get in trouble out there, but I could really bring a bunch of people to this thing. I have a huge event putting together.
Yeah. Let me find out. Can I call you back?
Sure. I'll give you my phone number.
Sure. What's your number?
860 384 7110.
7110. What's your name?
Peezy. Peeezy.
Okay. Yeah, I'll call you back.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.
Yo, this is perfect.
That really just happened?
She's gonna call us back. She's gonna let us know. We'll book this whole thing. We can have a huge smoke sesh out in the parking lot and then go up in there and literally clear those fucking trays out.
She didn't sound offended. I think she wanted to be sure she was giving you accurate information.
I don't think she was offended by any meat.
It's a wonderful land of wood.
and
it's like a fairy tale.
And coffee milk. And
I hope she calls back.
The coffee
lemonade.
milk I'm not down with, but everything else we're good.
But are you down with Dells though?
Yes.
Are you down with Dells? All right.
Dells is good.
I'll be honest. I'm gonna be a little controversial here. Their chowder. I'm about it. That's
all you have to say.
My pick. That's my chowder pick. Rhode Island.
Oh, you're a Rhode Island chowder guy?
Yeah, man. Yep.
I don't hate it.
I am.
I don't hate it. Rhode Island chowder. I mean, I'm here for it. I think that's probably a good thing.
There's a chowder emporium in, I think, North Haven.
Of course you would know that.
Chowder House, it's called.
Yes.
You got to check it out if you've never been there. And
is that near Sushi House? Oh my God.
No, actually.
How many houses do they have down there?
I found out there's a third sushi palace in Orange or something.
Really?
So, yeah. I did a little research for the show, Peezy. I fancy myself a researcher.
Okay.
And I determined that there are, in fact, three sushi palace locations.
Oh shit, we gotta fucking eat that.
I fancy myself a researcher. Investigate.
Tap in. If you got match, bitch, better tap in. Tap in. Fuck a bowl, big jugs, bitch, tap in. Tap in. If you ain't got loud, don't tap in. Tap. I got an oversized bag. I don't mean to brag. I can't help it, I'm just oozing all this swag. Rolling zigzags, popping these tags. Smoking with me will leave you waving white flags. Get high, rapper, you can try to keep up. You so high, now your heart speeds up. Walking with me will leave you doing good shove. Sipping that purple stuff out of double cup. Burning on the FaceTime, man, I do this full time. You gon' wish it's halftime. Said you only try it one time. Used to be your pastime, now it'll be your bedtime. Everybody thinks they can smoke me out. Nope. I won't never quit, you can't tap me out. Nope. I know what you're about, you just want this clout. Bitch. Roll another bitch, watch me cause a fucking drought line. Rough big sack, bitch, tap in. Tap in. If you got match, bitch, better tap in. Tap in. Fuck a bowl, big jugs, bitch, tap in. Tap in. If you ain't got loud, don't tap in.
If you ain't got balls, then bitch tap out. I tap in cause I can and you're tapping for the clout. I don't smoke weed, but my presence is potent. My name in their mouth, yeah, that's why they choking. Hey yo, Peezy, everybody be like, yo, she thinks she it. I'm that 187 rapper killing bitches when I spit. If you wanna witness one of the greatest, one of the realest, no need to look further, cause yes, I'm one of the illest. Label one of the hottest, I'm the GOAT in my city, so don't you ever disrespect me, don't do that. Don't let my looks fool you. My boys will run through you like a round of applause. Get clap, clap, clap. Yeah, I'm cute in the face and I'm slim in the waist. Second to no one, bro, I'm always winning the race. Mention my name in the streets, they gon' say she crazy. I'm psychotic on the mic, but you could call me lady.
Little blunt, big sack, bitch, tap in. Fucking bold, big jug, bitch, tap in. Tap, tap, tap in. If you ain't got loud, don't tap in.
Thought we were going to have to carry it for a second.
The laughs are non-stop. It's To Be Blunt with Peezy.
To Be Blunt podcast. No, I didn't disappear. I was just coughing my brains out violently off camera.
It's a too blunt kind of night.
It's a too blunt kind of night, and I'm paying for it.
Yep.
But on a more serious note, we haven't had a little State of the Union address. as
right.
Oh, with the voice. Go.
Cannabis news.
Yeah.
With Lou Rinaldi.
It's like better than Biden.
Thanks, Peezy. We begin tonight with
caught him off guard with that one.
Gerald Ford. So it's been an interesting couple of days with news coming out of New York, our neighbor. Yesterday, it was reported that the regulator got rid of all pass-fail. Basically, got rid of the requirement to pass a certain threshold for total yeast and mold count.
Yeah,
I believe that it was some microbial. I think that was the one.
I think that's what I read also.
Yeah, so they're still going to report it on the label. They're just not required to meet a certain standard. So it's basically up to the consumer to kind of look and hope that they know what they're seeing and are able to like understand what it means. I think it's a little bit disingenuous to kick that can all the way down the road, but
right.
There's a lot of nuance to that particular discussion. I think there's a big disconnect between markets, who have a lot more history, who are used to things, being dominated by outdoor cultivation. I don't think they really have in many cases, necessarily a full grasp of how different it is out here, particularly in states like Connecticut and New Jersey, where it's completely 100% MSO controlled regulatory capture, straight up and down corporate cannabis dominance. So more to, that is going to be an ongoing conversation for sure. I do have concerns about the ripple effect that something like that could have on neighboring states like us, because we know the cultivators already have very little incentive to improve their processes and to solve for root cause when it comes to mold and stuff that they're using remediation to clean up. And now you could argue that this would even give them less incentive to do that. They're not going to change their stripes because of this.
Yes.
So we'll see, we'll see what the outcome is there. But so that was yesterday. And then today, and the story that we're here to talk about, there was a $200 million fund. I don't even really want to, I don't want to say too much because I don't think I'll do it nearly as good of a job explaining it. But basically there's questions about conflicts of interest with the individuals who were tasked with managing this fund. And, some questions about transparency, questions about disclosure by the state. So we're fortunate to have the journalist who wrote this for New York Cannabis Insider, Sean Teehan, and very happy to have him join us. And thank you for your patience, sir. It's great to have you here on the show.
Hey, no worries. Thanks so much for having me. Actually, it's good to be on a Connecticut podcast. Actually, my last job was at the Hartford Business Journal.
Oh,
really?
wow.
No kidding.
Yeah, actually,
No
I
kidding.
launched their last year. I launched their weed industry newsletter.
Oh, awesome.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skylar's doing a good job with it now.
Thanks. And yeah, I mean, again, thanks so much for having me.
Oh,
Right on.
absolutely. Absolutely. You had
So-
quite the interesting article that came out, though. I mean, this whole thing is blowing up the internet right now, and a lot of people are talking about this. And we're hoping you can kind of shine some light, give us like maybe a brief summary, let people know what's going on who may not be
Yeah.
story.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
the author, so red carpet's open. Take your, feel free to.
Thank you. Yeah. So basically, New York set up a $200 million public-private fund for social equity projects, and $50 million of it is taxpayer funded, and then the fund managers that they selected are responsible for raising the other $150 million for this. And so this fund is going to pay for the first dispensaries in New York, which is part of this program where basically they're putting people who qualify into kind of built out spaces to open their dispensaries. Like it's a loan program, not like a grant program. But anyway, so two of the people they had chosen to manage this fund, and a big part of that is raising the $150 million. Two of them are Chris Webber, the NBA Hall of Famer, and his business partner, Lavetta Willis. And as it turns out, these two have some pretty significant business ties to Cookies, the weed brand, which is a pretty which operates in I think 6 countries now. So and major U.S. presence. And then I've been covering this for a while. I hadn't heard anything. Went through all the meeting minutes for the State Department that is overseeing this fund. And it was never mentioned or disclosed by any of them, but I mean, this wasn't a secret. Like I didn't do much digging. This was like MJ Biz reported this, and like Business Insider reported this. So I mean, it was out there, but just nobody thought there was something they should bring up. But
yeah, there's a lot of that hiding in plain sight, or if not laid bare, searchable through public facing means like state information databases and stuff like that. So it's good to see a little bit more of a spotlight, because what has been frustrating for me in the advocacy space certainly over the last year, it's been 11 months now since the story broke about the mold in Connecticut and the controversy around that. And there was a little bit of fanfare early on, and then the state did its thing, which got us halfway back to where we were before. But there was really no accountability. There was no it was just like, oops, shit happens kind of thing. And I feel like if we're treating this, if we're supposedly using this pharmaceutical veneer, right, to say that this is a highly regulated, highly safe, highly tested product, I feel like if something like this happened in the pharmaceutical industry, it would be treated a little bit differently. So it's challenging. It's challenging to try to get traction around this stuff. So I appreciate the reporting in that sense, because there's it seems like there's just this sort of collective unwillingness to hold regulators accountable, and to really have full transparency. Like the point you made towards the end of the piece about the real important thing is just be forthright and just disclose up front. If you think there's a potential conflict of interest, err on the side of transparency and truthfulness and disclosure. It's not hard to do, and the only reason that you wouldn't want to do it is if you had some reason to obfuscate that, to hide what is really happening there. So I'm grateful for this.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, that's been a problem that we've been facing at New York Cannabis Insider, where you know, I mean, like we're always writing these like, you know, kind of negative stories about the Office of Cannabis Management, but like, I mean, like neither me nor my editor, Brad, like, you know, we don't want to. We're not, you know, negative people. We want to write, you know, cover the industry, right? But and New York really does have the right idea on a lot of things, I think. I mean, they for example, the concept of the program for the first dispensary is called the CARD program, Conditional Adult Use Retail Dispensary. The concept is basically to have people who have been convicted of cannabis crimes open the first legal dispensary. So people who've been harmed by the war on drugs benefiting first in line, you know, from legalization.
So they get like a window of exclusivity, or how does that work?
I mean, they're the well, they are eligible for these loans that are like from the state. They get kind of placed into a storefront where, you know, finding real estate is very difficult if you're a dispensary and all that. But yeah, like a lot of times it's just like they don't tell us things. You know, they aren't transparent, and like a lot of these things are like, you know, if you had just kind of, you know, been forthright about it, I mean, there could have been a conversation and like, you know, everyone's on the same page. But, you know, then something comes out of left field after it's done.
We are seeing more and more and more of that happening across the board, not just New York. I mean, not just and Connecticut, but like all over. These backdoor dealings that happen, and then people front, right? Like they are this, you know, honest, true legacy you know, person in cannabis, and then next thing you know, we find out that they're actually, it's not even the case, and now they have these ties to all these other companies that, you know, if people had just been honest from the jump, you know, probably would not only help the people's perception of them, which I would think some people would care about, but also I think it would just make the industry a more honest and easy place to work and get involved with. It's just not the case right now.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, if you just disclose a potential conflict, I mean, that's fine. Like, I mean, that doesn't mean you can't do something. It just means that, like, okay, now everybody knows, and you should recuse yourself when that comes up.
Exactly. It's just this sort of cultural unwillingness to be vulnerable in that way. You know, like it's all about saving face. It's all about protecting that public image. You know, and no appearance of weakness or vulnerability. But it's just like it's this national malaise in this industry where it's the default mode is to be deceptive. And I get that we're talking about, you know, we could be saying this about any, you know, element of corporate America, you know, any, you know, regardless of what the vertical is. But, you know, this just feels like the way that the plan that's been sort of replicated and evolved, you know, across different markets as they emerge. You know, whoever's ultimately architecting that is, you know, they're doing it with a profit motive, obviously, and that's, you know, that by itself is contrary to what so many people believe and feel about cannabis, particularly as medicine. But I think the important thing is that we continue to hold these people accountable and shine the light on it and report on these kind of things. You know, it's challenging to connect. And one of the pieces of advice that I always try to give to advocates is connect with an investigative journalist in your area. That, along with familiarizing yourself with your state's freedom of information laws, is probably the two best tools that you can have in your toolkit. So if you're watching this in a state that is not legal yet, or where you want to, you know, enact some kind of change in a positive way, try to do that. You know, try to connect with an investigative journalist, someone who's not afraid to speak truth to power, and, you know, do a little digging, do a little research, ask questions. You're gonna get the runaround a lot, but, you know, I think that's where anyone who's gotten involved in this space kind of started out, you know, asking questions of these people and not liking the answers that they got, and that's how we end up doing this kind of thing. Yeah.
I have a good question though, for you, Sean. What are like the possible like negative outcomes from there being this conflict of interest and them already possibly working with cookies? Like what could come of this that could be, you know, potentially disastrous maybe for the, you know, business side of cannabis in New York?
Yeah, well, I mean, that would put them in a position where they're raising funds for something that would benefit, but where that was supposed to benefit competitors. Like, these are people with dispensaries and stuff, and it's just like, Cookies is already operating in New York as like as a brand, like not a cannabis company yet. They're not doing that, but they are selling like apparel, stuff like that. So it just places them in a weird position where they're like, okay, they stand to benefit from, and then also they stand to benefit from things that, that Cookies is doing because they're financially tied to Cookies. Cookies is entering the market, and they're in charge of the fund that is, funding the first dispensaries, which are, going to be competing against Cookies dispensaries.
Right.
So yeah, it's just like one of there's a lot of like kind of like just too much cross interest. It leaves like a lot of room for things which is like, I mean, there's not necessarily in and of itself anything wrong with it, but the fact that nobody knew about it before, it wasn't out in the public, it's like, okay, well then what else do we not know? I mean, then, knowing that, you can make certain judgments like, okay, well maybe they shouldn't be making this decision on this topic or whatever. But if nobody knows what the relationship is, nobody knows, to question maybe if they're doing something for, their own business reasons, or if they're doing something, and even, I mean, the people themselves, I mean, it could cloud your judgment, even if you, feel you have the best of intentions. I mean, if your own personal, money's involved, I mean, and how your business success is in the mix. I mean, people can make wrong decisions or like, be biased without necessarily doing it intentionally.
100%. No, and I liked in the article that you wrote too, you kept it very, it was very succinct and very to the point, and you kind of said it posed potential ethical concerns, but that the state had just left it completely unmentioned. And to that point, when you want to address a potential ethical concern, you kind of come right out in the open and you address the elephant in the room. And so that lack of transparency and clarity, like, I fully appreciate people like yourself kind of bringing that to the forefront so that people are aware of it, because I think, we're very engaged in cannabis industry news and culture, for lack of a better word. But I think the average person will just glance at that and be like, oh, cool, Cookies is involved. I saw their backpack. You know what I mean? So it's really important to try to like hit that, just like plant that seed, because a lot of people are like, oh, that brand is really cool. And you're like, yeah, but this is what it could do. So I like that kind of just like really hitting those, breaking it down. I don't want to say like simplifying it, but that's almost what you did. You just broke it down in a way that's like, this is why you should pay attention. Yeah.
I think the scary part is that nobody's talking about it. He's like, the fact that Sean's the only one that brought it up and that this is just sitting on the back burner otherwise, I think that's terrifying.
Yeah, well, that's where like it was one of those things where it's like, I mean, I kind of like read this stuff like a while ago, but was like, but you assume, like, I was like, it's out there to this extent. I mean, people got to know about it. Like, it must be something that has been done. And then you look in, it's like, no, it's just something they kind of left out.
My biggest takeaway from this is I'm reminded of a quote. The appearance of corruption is just as pernicious as real corruption itself. And, that's where you end up when they don't disclose, in a forthright kind of way. People start to ask questions, they don't get a definitive answer. And then hopefully, a story like this or something, will be published that it sucks that it takes that kind of, almost like public shaming to get some sort of official statement or acknowledgement. And that's what we run into so much is just the stonewalling. But, avoid the appearance of corruption, just disclose these things up front and let the chips fall where they may. And more importantly, do your due diligence when you're vetting, your potential business partners and get a sense of where those lines are and what conflicts may arise and try again, go upstream and try to solve it as close to the source as possible. But it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. But another thing I learned from this article is I remember seeing the pictures of the Cookies location in New York City opening. I didn't realize it was just apparel, just a clothing store. So that was good. That was some good context there, because I was kind of scratching my head. Like, I know there's like 2 dispensaries on every block in Manhattan now, but like I don't think Cookies can just roll in and post up and just start dealing there, you know. So
I can't wait
They're
for
a
this.
little controversial anyway because kids rock their gear, you know, so they're already like, yeah. Do you market to kids? So
Their marketing is so fucking like perfect that everyone knows about the brand, but half the people have no clue that it's for weed. They just think it's like a cool, trendy brand,
right?
You know, that's the crazy part.
Which is kind of brilliant, but like they get a little, regardless.
Yeah.
Sean, you have a website or anything people can find you on, bro?
So actually, my Twitter handle is at Sean P. Teehan. And then you can read all our stuff on. We got to get like a direct website instead, because right now we're at newyorkupstate.com/NY Cannabis Insider.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Or although you could also just Google NY Cannabis Insider and then click on the link, and then that'll lead to
yes. And you can follow them on Twitter also.
We're working on, you know, we just launched in March, so yeah, we gotta kind of get, you know, more accessible tech, I think. Like, or at least like a, you know, just a straight up website, not like, you know, that could help.
You guys need help, just let us know. We'll hook you up.
Hey, we might take you up on that.
We appreciate you and Brad, and please keep up the great work.
Yes, man. Great. Really, thank you for coming on. It's awesome having you on here.
Hey, thanks again for having me. It was really fun.
All right, Sean, have a good night.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Poor Sean, he can't even smoke. He's sitting there chilling in a hotel room. Poor dude's got to hit a vape pen.
Oh, man.
I've smoked 2 blunts, and this poor guy can only hit a vape. I feel bad.
That was cool of him to come on from the hotel. I mean, he's traveling for business, and he made time for us. So
yeah, that was great,
Sean. Much appreciated.
You all right over there?
Now my microphone is starting to tip, but we're chilling.
It's leaning.
Sinking slowly.
Are we having a problem again?
Like the Titanic in slow motion. It's just
Allow me to share with the class that last night we did like a test run, the 3 of us, with myself trying to hook this thing up, and my God, I was not at my best self.
Let me tell you, I 100% regret not hitting record in here and filming that entire session, because this poor girl is sitting there, is sitting there with the microphone, and she's like up, down, spinning it. I'm trying to explain to her, want it to look like this, but every time I look over, it's fucking,
it's coming in at like a ridiculous.
The stand was flip flop backwards, and I was like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "Kristen, you got to turn the other way."
No, I'm not even gonna lie. At a certain point, I'm getting pissed. My mic is muted. I'm like yelling into the abyss. You guys are trying to read my fucking lips on the screen.
Well, she didn't know she was muted, and at one point I think I said blink once for yes or twice for no.
It was awful. It was awful.
But you stuck with it.
But here we are, and I have a microphone now.
Yeah.
So this is very exciting.
No,
it looks super legit.
Very professional.
Yeah.
You know,
you look like you're in a studio.
I know.
No,
Well, she is
the Bat Cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bat Cave's sick, bro. We got to get you one, Lou.
I'm really,
We're gonna get you a Bat Cave. Like
that would require me to not live in squalor.
I'm in my basement.
Oh no.
It is a studio. We are in a studio location here, folks.
I have been struggling like this entire time. Like just coughing my brains out off these blunts. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Madam's Lounge. Thank you for
There it
highlighting that.
Is this like is this the after show? Is this after hours with Kristen at the Madam's Lounge?
After hours in the Madam's Lounge.
Hosted by Donna Taylor.
It's like Delilah.
She'll greet you at the door.
If I'm going back to the Madam's Lounge, all I'm saying is
what happened tonight?
The Madam's Lounge.
We're so glad you could join us.
We're keeping everything really cool here at the Madam's Lounge.
Anyway, I have a wonderful microphone here and fabulous background.
The lounge needed a microphone, and now it has one.
Oh my God.
Now I'm choking. Thanks a lot.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that to you. That was the Madaslav got me, along with Porno Lou. So like.
So if you're new to the show, ladies and gentlemen, this is welcome.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is we had so many things on the list I wanted to talk about today, but like save them for next week.
We never needed it.
They're evergreen topics.
I really wanted to know about the flamingos, but we're gonna just have to wait till next week, I guess.
We can save that. That's
We're
a
gonna save it for
never-ending
next
problem.
Lou, you want to announce our guest for next week?
Oh yeah, right. So you might know that the Connecticut Social Equity Council met earlier this week, and they approved. They changed their minds about some previous decisions they had made, and one of the license winners is going to be joining us on the show next week. Connecticut's only legacy cultivator. That's from their bio. I didn't. Those aren't my words. That's from their bio.
She's killing me. Who is it?
It is Ripple Wellness.
Ripple Wellness.
Yeah.
What was the name? Terry?
Tyler.
Terry.
Tyler's actually really cool. He has testified back when they were still doing the meetings in person.
Nice.
He's made his voice heard, and he's got quite a story, and it's gonna be a great conversation. I can't wait to do it.
Awesome. Tyler from Ripple on next week.
That's right.
Can't wait. Lou, what was the two big things to be an activist? Number one, investigative journalist, and what?
And the other one was to familiarize yourself with your state's Freedom of Information laws. So you may have heard of the Freedom of Information Act. It's basically a way that you can file a request for public records or public data information. And if, at least in the state of Connecticut, if you don't get a formal response within 30 days, you can escalate it to a complaint, at which point the commission will review it and a
formal complaint.
Yeah, try to force their hand or whatever they do. I don't know what, they do what they do, and they've done a great job, at least here in Connecticut. So shout out to our state's Freedom of Information Commission, Tom Hennick. Keep holding it down over there. But yeah, those are the two things: investigative journalist and freedom of information. Get on
there
it.
You have it. Where you have it. What's good, Rapid Dave? Thank you for joining in the last minute of the show. Appreciate it. And the first minute too. So that was cool.
The bookends of the show.
Strikeout Beer. Check them out on Twitch and YouTube and everything else. Strikeout Beer, part of the PartyCast network, of course. You guys already know it. A hell of a show we already got next week at the big guest. So make sure you guys put that shit on your schedules. Make sure you find us on YouTube. You can now use our handle at 2B Blunt Podcast. That's the number 2 BEBLUNT Podcast. And find us on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, ding the motherfucking bell, and get ready for notifications every time we are live here. From myself, Kristen, and Lou, we will see you next week. Same weed time, same weed channel.
Good night.